Alright, and there they go. Digshake choosing to go left out of North Palace, which is what we do in every other category in this game, so we'll see if he has any trouble because of that. It's actually 1 frame faster to go left, but it can mess up your spawn coming out of this cave. He actually already took a hit, so he might be in trouble here as far as getting the bag. BluntBunny's doing the slightly slower strat, which is fine. We're trying to manipulate the global RNG to kill this last enemy at the proper time to increase your chances of getting that bag. Neither of them got it, so we'll see what they decide to do. I take it both of them. Okay, so both of them are going to go to the trophy cave early. So normally we go to this cave after Palace 1. But what you can do if you don't get that bag is you can come here now, kill all the enemies in here, which gets you about 40 experience, which is close enough to the 50 you would get from the bag. It's not terribly difficult cave in the dark, but it can give you some trouble. Doing this really only costs you about 10 to 15 seconds, and BluntBunny takes a death early. That's no good. Right after I say the cave is of course not that bad, so that's unfortunate for him. The fortunate part is that it's early in the run and he can always grab an extra 1-up if he needs to. Yeah, I didn't see if one of Dig's Octoroks despawned. If you actually enter that magic cave and don't kill any of the first 3 louders, the last Octorok will despawn, so you don't want to do that. We usually try to kill 2 of them and then leave the 3rd one alive. You'll notice that Digshake decided to skip the shield spell. He'll get it after the palace. Little bit of time save to do it that way, but it is a little more dangerous in the palace. I think he's comfortable with his combat, though. BluntBunny's going to grab shield and then make his way to the palace. So these guys will be in different places in the palace for the next 8 minutes or so. They will kind of reconverge on the same route by the time they enter Jump Town. So Dig entering the palace now at about 2:51. That time means nothing to me since he did some different stuff at the beginning. Now BluntBunny's going to do what Dig just did, which is actually, I didn't explain. Wow, there's a tile here that you walk on, and he's actually got the skip. So if you walk on that tile without an encounter grabbing you like that, you have to walk through the bubble screen. If you take an encounter on one of those forced encounter tiles, you will skip that said forced encounter. You'll just be able to continue through after the encounter you took. So you'll see him walk that on the way back. Reverse bubble skip, there is a setup, not really a good one, so no one really attempts it. But it is possible to skip it on the way back. Alright, so Blunt's also going to be entering the palace here now. About a minute or so behind Digshake, but he already has the shield spell, so both these guys are going to do their best to keep their beam swords in here. Somewhat important for speed to have your beams in here. Digshake's going to jump over these 2 Stalfos here. That one that you just saw him jump, and then this one. He's also going to jump them on the way back and kill them the 3rd time he sees them. That moves the his first large drop onto that first Stalfos, so he can save a little XP instead of having it on a 50 XP enemy. The way drops work in this game, there are 2 different drop groups, small drops and large drops. Every 6 enemies you kill in each respective group will guarantee you a drop, but it's not guaranteed what it's going to be. Small drop group, you have about a 1 in 8 chance of getting a 50-point bag, otherwise it's going to be a blue jar, which gives you 1 bar of magic. The large drop groups actually have a 50-50 chance of giving you either a 200-point P bag or a red jar, which will refill all of your magic. It actually gives you the exact amount of magic that you have in your reserves, so if you have 7 magic bars, it will refill 7 magic bars, regardless of how many are already full. So you can abuse that by casting a spell. If you have like half magic, and you want to cast something as it's refilling, it'll still refill 7 bars. So Dig's taking a couple hits. He's going to have to slow down a little bit in this room and a couple of the other rooms without the beam. BluntBunny still has the beam so far. See how he does on this Doom Rattler. He took a hit there. He's going to go a little safe here and get the kill. There's attack 2. So, to get attack 4 out of this palace, which is the ideal goal, and since these guys did get there, they went to early trophy to get that extra experience, all they need is 1 50 bag. They will have to kill some bots. And BluntBunny actually just got hit by a tin suit, so he might be in trouble. That tin suits actually take 10 XP away when you get hit by them. And that 10 XP is going to be important. He might need to kill some bots. Bots give you 2 XP each. And it would be wise for him to probably kill as many as he can on the way. Digshake taking another bot hit. Bots do a full bar of life in Palace 1 when you're at life 1. They are the most dangerous enemy in the palace, by far. Even though they look harmless. Digshake doing a little manipulation there to get that bubble out of his way. And he's going to get his first chance at a drop right now. And that's a red jar, so he needs that second drop if he wants attack 4. That's kind of the decision if you do early trophy. It does lose you time and you're still not guaranteed to get attack 4, so the game is completely beatable not getting attack 4 in this palace. You just are going to lose some time, you know, in the next 20 minutes or so regaining your levels. The levels you will get back on pace, back on track for normal leveling, usually by the end of Palace 2 or Palace 3, the beginning of Palace 3. Blunt just had a 50-point bag drop and he didn't grab it. That actually, well, actually no, it doesn't really make a difference since he went to early trophy. He is going to kill some more bots. Digshake gets his bag, so now he's good. He's going to get attack. He's going to be 4-1-1 coming out of the palace here. BluntBunny's first chance here at the drop. He also gets a jar. Digshake taking care of Horsehead. Sweet key grab there, and here we go. So the reason we do that, the XP, we try to skip both of the smaller levels, the magic and life levels, and you can see that the gem is going to give him almost 1,000 experience now to the next level. We're going to do that frequently throughout the run to abuse the gems and get as much XP as possible out of them. Alright, Blunt did get enough XP from all the bots he killed, so he does still have a chance here at getting this. He needs this Iron Knuckle here to drop him a P-bag. Forgot that it still takes 6 hits, and he didn't get it. So that's unfortunate. And his Horsehead's also going to take a little longer, because he still has attack 2. Digshake grabbing the shield spell now. BluntBunny's going to be able to go just right to Jump Town, so we'll see where these guys are once they get there. It's always unfortunate to see one racer get attack 4 and the other not get it, because it is a significant advantage early on to have it. Blunt's also already taken a death, so he's probably not too happy right now. But a lot can happen in this run, so we'll see. So he's got 3-1-1. One of the main issues, and he also takes an unfortunate desert encounter there, Not much he could have done there. The encounter decided to walk randomly up on him. They usually do not do that. And he's going to take another one at the cave door there. So, attack 3. BluntBunny's pretty much going to be restricted to taking only life 2 until he has attack 5, and maybe even attack 6, depending on how many P-Bag drops he gets between now and the end of Palace 2. But yeah, these guys are still somewhat close. BluntBunny's entering the town now. So I didn't actually look at the timers, but maybe 10 or 15 seconds apart. Blunt with the clear disadvantage, unfortunately, because of the attack level and the missing life. We'll see what happens. Both these guys have similar PBs. I believe digshake he's got a low 79. And Blunt's only been running this game for a couple months. But he's on the precipice of a sub 80. He's got a low 81, I think, right now. digshake, having a lot of experience playing this game in the randomizer. He's actually the creator of the randomizer for this game, and Blunt's got a lot of other experience doing other speedruns, which he's quite good at, so... Digshake's entering Jump Cave here, 11:26. We'll see where BluntBunny is when he enters. So about 10 seconds, 11:36. And he will most likely take life 2 right here, and that's pretty much it. So he's going to have no real refills all throughout Death Mountain, unless he decides to chance it and actually take one of them. You are in danger if you start taking extra levels that you really can't afford. You might not end up getting attack 6 out of Palace 2, which is the goal at the gem. And if you don't get it there, your levels are going to be pretty much messed up for the rest of the run. Digshake getting really good RNG there, and not so good there. So, but he's going to just get to Bagu with one encounter. BluntBunny also gets some good RNG. Let's see if he can get there encounterless. Nice, he gets a back spawn. So now these guys are within a few seconds of each other. Yeah, you know, Dig didn't go to Shield Town before the palace, but Blunt did, so a lot of that time was made up pretty much immediately. Alright, both these guys into Lifetown now. Saria, I believe it's called. You might recognize all the town names in this game from the sage names in Ocarina of Time. That is where the sage names originated. Yeah, they both did Dark Trophy. And unfortunately for BluntBunny, he got double red jars anyway. So in this town, they're just grabbing the life spell, which is going to be probably used quite a bit throughout the run. We'll see how they use it in Death Mountain. Digshake will be able to be a bit more liberal with it, since he's going to be able to take Magic 2 and Life 3 if he wants in Death Mountain. BluntBunny will not be able to do that. They'll probably both take the refill here from the Magic Lady to just refill everything before they enter. Digshake doesn't necessarily have to if he doesn't want to, but it's only a few seconds to do it. He is going to skip it, so he'll get his Magic 2 pretty much in the first or second room of Death Mountain. BluntBunny does take the refill, which is very smart for attack 3. Then they're going to talk to this guy, who's Bagu's friend. Apparently, all you have to do is know him, and you can cross that bridge. And off to Death Mountain. This is where the difficulty really ramps up here in the early part of the run. And we'll see see how these guys do. Dig, no beams for this first room by his own choice, so we'll see how he does. And he'll take his magic level in the next room after this hop, skip, and a jump up these steps. Oh, I'm sorry, he had a small drop, so he'll take it right here. And hopefully not get hit by this Octorok. Nice. BluntBunny doing the same thing. Unfortunately for him, skipping the level. So Dig's probably just going to wait till his health is at 2 bars before he casts life. Beam swords are pretty nice to have in Death Mountain as well, if you can, but Blunt's going to conserve that magic till he actually needs it, I would assume, to survive. Dig, as I said before, he can be a little more liberal with it and use it if he wants to reacquire his beams. A couple rooms later, they're really good to have beam for to go a little faster and be safer. So Dig takes life 3. That's runner's choice. You can take that here, or you can skip it until Palace 2 if you want. Just depends on when you like to get the life refill. Most newer runners will take it here, and then kind of make their way to, once they get good enough, not needing it in here, and then saving it for Palace 2. Blunt having a little trouble with this Blue Gorilla. That Blue Gorilla, all these enemies take a little bit more hits to kill at attack 3. 5 as opposed to 3 for both of those large enemies in that room, so especially throwing a bunch of boomerangs at you, it's no fun. And he's got to be careful here. Next Orange Diarrhea is going to give him a drop. And he takes a death from it, unfortunately. Quick Axe. I bet you he was hoping that drop would have been a red jar, but now he's probably hoping it's a pea bag. Attack 3, you actually want to get as many 200 bags as you can to get your leveling caught up as fast as possible, and he gets one, so that's good. He is down 2 lives now. There is an extra life that runners normally do not get that he will almost undoubtedly grab at this point. That is after Death Mountain. Dig avoiding that axe nicely there. BluntBunny entering Hammer Cave about a room and a half, maybe, or 2 rooms behind him. So this room is good to have beam in. Unfortunately, Blunt can't get beam anymore, and this room as well to kill these Megmats. Cats, as we like to call them. Hammer grab for Digshake at 17. Was that 58? And Blunt's going to be coming in at least probably 30 seconds behind that, unfortunately. The death that Blunt took not only is bad because you lose the life, but he actually was almost at the end of that room, so he had to walk all the way through it again. And he's gonna no doubt be real careful around that Mew. He doesn't want to fall in the lava and game over here. In fact, he's gonna be extra careful here too. Nice kill from Digshake there. Yeah, that's why beam's nice in that room. Even if we're missing like half a bar of health, a lot of runners will just cast life in there just to make sure they have beam. It's a kind of a waste of magic, but it's worth it. And there's Blunt getting his beams back so he can have them for exiting. Digshake's ducking into these caves real quick to reset the spawn counters. Yeah, fortunately they're out of the woods for now. Hopefully BluntBunny won't have any more problems life-wise for a little while. But he will have to kind of bear down, really try not to take any more unintentional deaths. Digshake going across these two bridges now. And the one-up I was talking about is after this bridge. I doubt the digshake will grab it. I don't know if he wants it for race safety or anything, so we'll see. He does not. So if he went south right there, that's where the extra life is, hidden in the desert. I can almost guarantee we'll see BluntBunny grab it. Dig takes an unfortunate encounter before he gets to the boulder. He's going to actually intentionally take an encounter on that tile, which is going to set up a double spawn later so he can get to the cave clean. Ideally, assuming he doesn't get some random walks. That looks good. Alright, BluntBunny's over the bridges. He's hopefully gonna grab that extra life. Yep, there he goes. Alright, so he's got just one less life than normal now. He's actually going to reset the encounters at the bridge. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it does give you a little bit better of a shot to get to the boulder. Ideally, we want to get to the boulder here without taking an encounter, obviously. Which he does, and good. So he's going to get the same manipulation Dig did, barring any random walks. Dig's listening to some loud music in this cave. And good for Blunt as well there. Yeah, Digshake did make the Zelda 2 randomizer. I think almost 2 years ago at this point. It's been around for a while. So, while Dig may not grind this category as much as some other runners, he does have a lot of combat experience in the game and, you know, overworld manipulation experience as well. Blunt's got to be a little careful here. He doesn't want to take another death. Okay, he's fine. The reason he didn't cast life in there, we want to actually save enough magic to have the jump spell when you get to town. If you cast life, you don't. It costs a little more time to have to go refill before you get up into that building that Dig's in right now. BluntBunny, okay. A little bit unconventional there, but he gets through. And no lucky back spawn. And here he goes, so he's actually going to take the life refill. Which is not entirely necessary. The next item he's getting is a heart, which would refill his life, but there is a couple enemies he has to fight before that. He's probably just worried. Only 2 hits there would have killed him, so from the Gorilla that he's going to have to fight. So he's not willing to risk it. Although another strat you could do there is just, he does have enough magic to cast shield, so he could cast shield in Heart Cave, which would give him probably 4 hits to work with before he would die, which is plenty. Alright, Digshake doing the manip out of Fairy Town. He should be clean to the boulder here. Alright, that's his 3rd drop, not a P-bag for Digshake. I believe he did get 1 P-bag. And BluntBunny about 500 behind him on XP, which actually isn't bad. We'll see if he gets another bag in the Heart Cave. That would be ideal for him. Alright, Digshake entering Palace 2 now. He's got to get through the swamp. Oh, I hear an encounter, but Dig's stream is frozen on my side, so I can't tell exactly what's happening. Alright, there we go. He is into Palace 2. By the sound of it, he just took the one encounter. And I missed it, but I can tell by the XP that Blunt did get another... I believe he did get another B-bag. There's another 50 bag. Game's just dropping him all kinds of bags. Didn't elect to go back for it. Ooh, he maybe should have just walked directly at that fairy. So that's gonna mess up this... Ooh, he gets lucky, and he's gonna wait on that road tile. That was pretty lucky there for BluntBunny. See what he gets here. Maybe should have waited. But he did not. We are in to the palace. I think he got a little bit worse of an entry than digshake. Dig is just cruising his way through the palace now. I think the palaces are really where you're going to see Dig shine with his combat. And Blunt is still going to be hoping for as many P-bags as possible. Usually get at least 2, depending on how many enemies he kills, maybe even a 3rd drop in here. But he's just looking to get that attack 5 as soon as he can. And if the game is willing to give him enough P-bags, he could even take Magic 2 in here if he wants to. Otherwise, his leveling will catch up right at the beginning of Palace 3, first few enemies. Tried to ride the bot wave. Got rejected at the end there. Digshake coming up to the lava room, scary room. Nice jump there. He makes it through. Any room that has bots and lava is easily, arguably, one of the worst rooms in the game, so... bot movement is completely random. There is no rhyme or reason that we can figure out to how they... You can kind of predict sometimes, like if they're wiggling or, you know, inching their way one direction, but still, they might just do what you don't think they're gonna do. So, you know, he might just be sitting there and you're, oh, I'm just gonna jump up and stab him, and then immediately he jumps at you. Alright, Digshake coming up to the glove. Gonna kill these IKs, and he's gonna get his his attack 5 on this last one here. Oh, it despawned. I think it despawned. I think Dig might be dropping frames or something, but... If you get a bot coming out of that dripper, sometimes we'll despawn that second IK. Which is kind of unfortunate, but he'll still be... We want to have attack 5 going down the next elevator. I don't remember if he killed this Stalfos. Yeah, he's going to kill it. Get his attack 5 and get a chance to kill this Moa on the way down. Can't kill it if you don't have attack 5 because it will take more than 2 hits. He doesn't even try, but you can do a quick forward and backward stab there to kill that Moa. He's just going to have to slow down a little bit. Wait for the fire. And Dig is pretty much good to skip everything else in the palace now. He needs 100 more XP before he gets the boss, which he's going to get pretty much automatically. There's a couple of enemies that'll be in his way that he has to kill. BluntBunny still low. And he will not have attack 5 for that elevator. Oh, careful. Almost takes a death. He's gonna cast life. Back through the block room. I don't think I mentioned it, but the glove allows them to break those blocks with their swords, so... Yeah, I'm still not sure what's going on Dig's side here. They are in Palace 2 right now, Scott. Blunt's still killing everything he can, which is, unfortunately for him, it's necessary. Killing the Astolfos is no fun, with the turrets shooting at you from the wall. Meanwhile, digshake at the boss. Helmet Head, arguably the easiest boss in the game. And Dig placing the gem at 3104. He's going to abuse that to get... So he'll get 2500 XP there. That actually won't pop till somewhere in the swamp here. And then he'll take attack 6. Sounded like he took a road encounter there, yep. And not getting very lucky in RNG there. See what he can do with this on the way out of the swamp. This is one of the worst spots in the game to walk through the overworld coming out of Palace 2 and going to Palace 3. It's just it's kind of a gauntlet going through the swamp, onto the road, through the boulder, and into the graveyard. BluntBunny, meanwhile, skipping that P-bag, which is fine. He's gonna be fine. Nice little dodge there by Dig. Alright, he grabbed that P-bag. He could take a magic level here if he wants. He's gonna skip it, because he probably is not sure if he can or not. But that P-bag meant he definitely could have afforded at least Magic 2. He does not need 200x. He has it, but with Life 1, Life 2 and Magic 1, he actually needed 0 XP as long as he had Attack 5 entering this boss. This boss gives you 200 XP, which would have cleared the Magic and Life thresholds. And Digshake entering Palace 3. And Blunt placing the gem 3249, I want to say. I already forgot what Digshake's time was. I should probably write stuff like that down. And he's also going to wait on that road tile. Yeah, Dig does have a pretty significant lead here. Not only in time, but fortunately Blunt had already lost a couple lives. He got one extra 1-up, so he is just down 1 life, but... Alright, so we'll see what happens if he gets lucky here. Didn't really get lucky. He made it to the road at least, but he's gonna get more stuff spawning here. Digshake having some trouble with that block. Alright, BluntBunny should be fine to make it to the tomb now. And his levels will be caught up, so these guys will both be back on the same leveling in just a minute or so. So BluntBunny unfortunately died, yeah, he died in Trophy Cave, early Trophy Cave, just about a minute into the run. And then to the last Dyra, the first drop in Darth Mountain, I almost said. Blunt's gonna kill this guy, take his level, or skip his level. I certainly hope for his sake he takes it when it pops the next time, otherwise he's going 6-1-2 for this whole palace, which is not what you want to do. Alright, he takes the magic level. Digshake coming up on the raft. Ferries the raft, which you can do if you have the magic, not a big deal. He doesn't really care about that red jar. He's also going to have enough for jump leaving through this lava room This is, in my opinion, the hardest room in the game to deal with. Well, maybe not to deal with, but a lot of runs die in this room because of those bots if you just try to go without stopping. Blunt's taken some damage from the MOA and the blocks. Yeah. I think he just swallowed that hammer with his iframes and it disappeared. Digshake digging down in the block room there. Nice quick dig. There a pun intended there, maybe? A lot of people like to call those the Minecraft rooms. I don't play Minecraft, but I get it. There's actually 2 more of those rooms in the game. They're in the next palace. One of them is identical, has those same wolf heads, and the other one is a little easier because it does not have the wolf heads. BluntBunny's taking his time here. He does not want to lose any more lives unintentionally, and there's his magic 3. Both these guys are going to finish this at 6-3-3 and then take attack 7. Unless Blunt decides to take life 4, but I don't think he will. He doesn't do that level route. And here comes Rebonack. Dig is standing on a specific pixel. I think there's a few pixels of leeway there, but gets him over to the corner. Didn't actually get the result he wanted there. Sometimes he won't agree. As soon as you dismount him, he'll go to the right, but most times when you do that manipulation, he will you'll be able to just downstab on him and do damage. For some reason that works in the left corner of the room, it does not work in the right. BluntBunny making it out of the lava room. Not bothering checking for the jar, he's good on health and magic. He's good on XP too. There's not really many skippable enemies anymore in this palace, but there's a couple he can just skip. Pretty nice dig for him as well. You notice, I don't know if Digshake did this, but Blunt actually skipped killing the wolf heads on the way in, which allows, they actually stay spawned, and on the way out they'll be going the same direction as Link, which some people prefer over killing them on the way in, so they're not just coming right at you when you're trying to dig. Digshake took 1 encounter on the way to Firetown here. I forget the names of some of the towns, even though I actually have them on my splits. So if someone remembers what Firetown is called, they can say it in chat. We normally just call them by the spell that you get in them, because that's just easier. So the requirement for grabbing that spell is just to go a little bit further to the left and grab the water out of the fountain. Give it to the lady, she lets you in. Fire spell is almost useless in this category. It lets you kill certain enemies that are not vulnerable to the sword, but rarely do we have to kill them. There's one room where you might see it used. BluntBunny placing the gem now. And we'll see how his Palace 3 exit goes. He just goes for it there, no hesitations. Naburu, or Naboru, I don't actually know how to pronounce that. I want to get Prez mad at me. Apparently Rauru is pronounced like Rauru, like to rhyme with Naburu, but I don't really know. I always say Rauru. Yeah, the only town in this game that does not have a sage named after it in Ocarina of Time is both towns of Kasuto. And conversely, the sage that does not have a town in this game would be Impa, for whatever reason. Personally think Kasuto is a really cool name. But that was their choice. Alright, Digshake is going to grab this one up. This is another one of the ones we always grab on this route. He's going to be using it later to Death Abuse. And then he's going to wait here, the encounters to spawn, and do this very specific walk, which ideally, most of the time, gets you all the way to the encounter tile that he wants to try and skip. Sounded like he might have got it. He did. He's going to try. There's another one right above him now. And... suspense! I have no idea what happened. He got the encounter. Okay, he got the skip. I certainly hope that's not me that's causing... It's only Digshake's stream that's lagging on my side, so... I don't think it's my computer, but... you never know. Dig's gonna hold down and cast Fairy here, so he can go down the chimney. It stores the down input. BluntBunny just exiting Firetown. Firetown's the only town we actually exit to the right. It's faster that way. Fun fact, I guess. You can exit to the left and you get to see a pretty neat building that has no windows. But it takes about 9 seconds longer, I think, or somewhere around there. Alright, Blunt getting a nice walk over to the maze. Digshake was grabbing in this town Upstab, and now he's grabbing the spell Reflect. Thus, Reflect Town. I believe this one is called Darunia. Y'all know him as the cool dude from Ocarina of Time. Darunia's the man. BluntBunny's grabbing the child there. I'm like missing explaining some of this stuff, but that kid is what allows you to get in to grab the Reflect spell. Now he's going to attempt the same walk. And he gets it. See if he gets the skip. Gets it. Digshake not going to get that skip. And he's just going to smartly, if that's a word, just walk through the screen. Normally if you miss it and you walk into it, it's better to just take your lumps and go. BluntBunny now entering Reflect Town. So these guys got a few minutes between them now. Thanks, James. Alright, see if Dig can make the rest of this walk make up for the beginning of it. Or we'll see as much of it as we can. He does, he makes it in to the maze. Coming back from Reflect Town, getting to the maze is another one. Probably that and leaving Palace 2 are probably the most, or the worst overworld areas to have to walk through. There's a couple before Palace 6 that are arguably just as bad, but there's usually strats you can do there to avoid them. A little easier, at least. There's strats everywhere, but a lot of it is dependent on what the encounters decide to do. Dig is a little low on health. He really doesn't want to take damage. Those guys do high damage. 3, so he's just being a little careful. He should be fine. He's going to be taking life 4 in the palace pretty early, so you probably won't see him cast life or anything. He might check for the jar at the beginning of the palace and then do that if he gets it, but he does not. Oh, my bad. Surprised I remembered the layouts up to this point already anyway. BluntBunny gets the skip. That one right there, leaving Reflect Town, is always the worst. The encounters just don't like to behave most of the time. See if he gets the second one. He's gonna... maybe? I don't know if he pressed down in time there. Sometimes hard to tell on... oh, okay, he got it. He must have been a one-framer there. I think BluntBunny got all 4 skips, so that's good. And he's gonna take another one here. No chance. Nothing he could have done about that one, unfortunately. They just surrounded him. Digshake grabbing the first key, skipping the first death abuse. It's a smart play. No, there's 3 of those lava rooms in this palace, and normally high-level runners will just skip all, or take death abuse in all 3 of those after grabbing the key. Mainly to refill magic. Only saves a little time to do it. The first one, though, is unnecessary. You don't need the magic refill. I would save him, you know, maybe 7 seconds or so if he did take it, because you're going to save a little time from the death abuse itself, and then he could also have ferried the boots here. If you cast Fairy when you pick up an item, I should have explained that earlier, but skips the fanfare and the animation of Link holding up the item, which is about, I want to say, 2.5 seconds, something like that. 2.8 seconds, I don't remember exactly. But it also does cost time to pause and queue up the spell, so... Alright, BluntBunny making his way over to the palace now. Nice little upstab kill from Digshake, good to see that getting employed. Lordo is still in chat there, but he will be proud. Alright, so he takes the second death abuse. And he will almost undoubtedly take the third one. BluntBunny, we're going to see what he does. He's most likely going to skip that first one. I'm almost positive he'll skip the first one. He might... So skipping the second one is the safer bet, because you can actually, as long as he just casts the jump spell when he needs it, he will be fine throughout the whole palace, but he won't actually be able to cast life anywhere. He actually casts jump here, so he might actually need to take that second death abuse. We'll see. There is a jar chance in the first and third lava room, but it's another 50-50 jar. Anytime you have a statue like that in palaces 3, 4, and 6, it is a 50-50 shot at being a jar. And that was a 50% chance of being an IK for him, unfortunately. So he actually is gonna need to take the second death abuse to get his magic back up, unless he decides to not use jump in any of the remaining lava rooms, which is quite dangerous for the last lava room. But remember, he is down a life already, so taking 2 of the death abuses is going to be a little... It's probably not what he wants to do. He's probably going to try, if he can, to skip the second or the third. We'll see what he does. The third one does have the jar chance, but you absolutely have to get the magic in the third one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You need enough magic to be able to cast Reflect on the boss, which is 5 bars of magic at Magic 3, which is what these guys are going to have. And you will not have 5 bars entering that room, generally. Digshake is cruising. He's almost at the end of the palace now. He's got that last lava room. BluntBunny taking the death abuse. So I suspect what he'll do... I mean, he's fine on lives, since he skipped the first one. So he can actually take the second one, he'll be fine. Normally, runners look for having 2 lives leaving this palace. He's got 3 now. But it is nice in a race setting to have a third one, just in case. Digshake's gonna have 3. Which is why he skipped the first death abuse. It's pretty easy to take an accidental death, or even to need to death abuse sometimes, if you really screw up in Palace 6. Or in Valley of Death, you know, you can just die right away. Just get knocked into lava or something. Alright, Blunt going back up the long elevator to go over to the west side of the palace. Palace 4 is split up into just kind of like an east and a west side. Most of the palaces are actually kind of easy to remember once you see how they're laid out, except for Palace 5, which is kind of just all over the place. Great Palace is super confusing, but once you know the route, it's probably the easiest palace to go through. There's really only 4 places in the whole palace where you have a choice of direction. If you know, go left or go right, and if you know which way to go, you're good. Digshake taking down Karak pretty fast. Highly skilled fight there. You notice he just sits in the right corner and forces Karak to kill himself. And now that he has the boots, he can just walk on the water, because that's what boots allow you to do, apparently. So he's going to do that, and he's going to go right to Palace 5. There is a trick that we call Eco Key at the beginning of this palace. I'm not sure if Digshake is going to go for it. I don't think BluntBunny will go for it. I don't think he knows it. Or he knows it, but I don't think he's practiced it. He's in the final lava room now. Let's see what he decides to do. Let me change the layout. Alright, he takes that death abuse. I was, of course, kidding. The Karak fight is complete RNG. You cast Reflect and sit in that corner and wait till he dies. You could have a 10-second fight or a 30-second fight. It's just whatever the game decides to give you. We've seen fights where you don't miss one time, 8 straight hits, and we've seen fights where there's 22 misses and your run is dead. So that's kind of one part of the run. I guess that's the only part of the run where you literally have no control. You could try to fight him straight up, but it's really not worth it. Someone in chat telling me that Lil Z is a global Twitch emote now? Sorry, this takes precedent. Alright, so Digshake actually failed to watch if he was going to try Eco Key. I'm such a bad commentator. I'm assuming by his magic that he did not go for it. In fact, I know that he didn't. So he's going to jump up, grab that key. It's an interesting block room the game's giving him. More RNG. Yeah, Eco Key is dangerous, so if you go for Eco Key, you have to cast Jump and try to damage boost off that bubble by the key, and you can just grab it without having to go back for it, because you normally ferry up that chute. Problem with that is, if you miss it, then you still have to ferry, and then you don't have enough magic to cast Jump in that block room, and you have to do one of a few different strats to get that magic, or you could just try to do the block room without Jump, which is also just not fun. So, getting Eco Key saves about 15 seconds or so, but if you miss it, be prepared to lose time. here goes BluntBunny. So he's just immediately going to cast Fairy. But yeah, normally there is a strat where you can cast Jump, bubble boost up that little chute there. Most people won't try to do that strat until they're really looking for a good time in this game, like a high-level time. You're an hour into the run or so. It's almost not worth it. It's really not worth it when you're a lower level runner or even a mid-level runner to go for that and possibly lose your whole run. As it is a pretty precise trick, and you only get one shot at it. If you miss it, you just have to go. The bubble won't give you another shot. Digshake coming up on the plunger. Allows you to clean Ganon's toilets. Also allows you to push a River Devil out of the way later. And find the entrance to Palace 6. So here comes Blunt in the block room. He gets better RNG. It's an interesting pattern though. Did get nipped there on the way out by a late spawning Mago at the edge of the screen. He's actually getting kind of lit up in here. The Mago spawns are completely random, so sometimes they'll spawn kind of like right on you when you're walking through them and can't react in time. Or right in front of you when you're trying to exit a screen. As I said before, Palaces 3, 4, and 6 have that 50-50 shot if there's a jar or an IK. Palaces 1, 2, and 5, well, not technically 1 because there's nothing with drops in 1, but actually, I'm sorry, there is 1 in 1. So yeah, Palaces 1, 2, and 5, any of those statues that have a chance at a drop is 100% always a jar. So Palace 5 actually has quite a few jars that you can get to refill along the way. Pretty rare to see someone take a death unintentionally in here. But it's definitely happened. It's happened to all of us. Blunt's gotta be... It's a really bad fireball. These Magos are not treating him well right now. Yikes. He's gonna cast Life again. Wow, they are just trolling him. There's a jar in this room, too, that Blunt's in right now, but you actually have to cast Jump to get it. It's up on that statue as you entered the room. Yeah, he doesn't have enough to cast Jump. Actually, yes. Yeah, I didn't see. I think it's 32 right now still. Yeah, he can't cast Jump. Digshake not getting a swaggy kill. That's like at least a 17-second loss. Nice jump. Man. Probably would have reset my game if I got these Mago spawns. He is just getting absolutely destroyed by the Magos, unfortunately. They are not giving him any breathing room. Alright, Digshake going up the final elevator. He's going to be reaching Boss Goomba. That jar is... Yeah, I was going to say, he should grab that. Goomba does quite a bit of damage, even if you have shield cast, so... We almost always cast shield for this boss, and usually queue up a life cast. He might not queue it up. Yeah, he's pretty comfortable with fighting Goomba, so... Takes care of him. And he has 5947 gem, sub-hour. It's a pretty good benchmark if you're looking for a sub-80 in this game to be out of here by under an hour. So he's just under there. BluntBunny is probably at least 2 minutes behind, unfortunately, here for him. That early game really hurt him, the attack 3 and the early deaths. That's most of his separation is actually from that. Yeah, we'll see those. We'll see if either of these guys do those hot strats they're talking about over there. Once they get to Palace 6. Still got a few more minutes before they get there. Digshake gonna try to get a river skip here. He gets it. Good spawn. And then he's gonna abuse. So this, he already has attack 8. So this gem we're gonna abuse the crap out of and take multiple levels. Magic and life. Going from 844 to 866. And then saving the rest of the XP. Ensuring he really doesn't have to kill much of anything to get past the 2 thresholds, and then we're going to abuse it again coming out of the final palace to get magic 7 and then eventually magic 8. BluntBunny grabbing the final key in P5. Dig's gonna duck into this bridge real quick and then proceed north. Try to dodge some encounters here. Wow, he got lucky because he did not stop on the right tile. Nice little back spawn for Digshake. And unfortunately for all of us, he decides to use Fairy in the one cave where I thought we might see some fire strats. Maybe BluntBunny will hook us up once he gets there. He's entering Goomba now. Dig's gonna kill that Lizalfos to... It's a weird Lizalfos to jump over if you don't time it right, so I think he's more comfortable just killing that real quick. A lot of people can't kill those that quick. Yours truly included. I usually just jump over him. Alright, BluntBunny takes care of it. And he is 102.21. So yeah, he's about 2.5 minutes behind. A lot of stuff to do in Hidden Town. Digshake's gonna grab the spell, which does a few different things. He's gonna first use it immediately on the next screen. Or the next town screen, sorry. It'll allow this tower to come out of the ground. You guys can call it what you will in chat. The other thing spell does is turns most enemies into smaller bots, which is quite useful in certain areas of the game. A lot of runners will use it in the death to turn all the MOAs into bots so they can just walk through the screens. BluntBunny also gets the river skip, which is good. He got the best spawn, really, to get that. Digshake didn't get quite as good of a spawn, but he got a lucky pattern. So in that tower was the any key, or the magic key. Just like in Zelda 1, just opens all locked doors. In this game, there's actually there's a bunch of doors in Palace 6, but there's no keys, so you actually need that item unless you want to use the fairy spell to go through the doors, which is not allowed in this category. For obvious reasons. And Blunt getting another he had nothing he could do about that. When they come on all 4 sides like that, normally we try to pause and slink past them, as we like to call it. Which, oh, that was a good one! Man, if anyone's in Blunt's stream, they should clip that. That was a really good dodge. Slinking an encounter is when you kind of... The encounters are coming at you, and you walk down at the exact right time. They will actually move. We'll see if Dig gets one here. Yeah, he's too late on that one. If you get them when they're about halfway in between the tile marker, and then start walking down, See if he gets it this time. Nope, he's just gonna go up and around. So if you do it that way and just go down at the right time, they will move like to the right and then back to the left, almost right around Link, kind of letting him just letting him go. But it's super tight, and it's really tight if you don't use pause buffering to time it. Doing them unbuffered is really tough. Most people don't try for them unbuffered. Yeah, James got it. Got the clip. Alright, so Diggs in Palace 6. That's my cue to change the layout. Got you guys. BluntBunny rising up, as he likes to say. So Palace 6, you pretty much have to conserve your magic as much as possible. Dig did cast jump once already. Some runners don't cast it over that 4-tile gap. You can make it, you just have to jump pretty much right at the edge. He does not do the aforementioned hot strats, I think because he actually lost a little speed jumping up there. There's one of the 4-tile jumps, he makes it. And here's a room where we always cast jump. There's an invisible hole he is jumping over now. Checks for the jar, doesn't get it. And now he's going to be fighting. There's 2 mini bosses in this dungeon, which are actually the same as the boss of the third. I called it a dungeon, but it's a palace. So a little easier with attack 8. Takes care of him quickly. He's going to grab the cross. The cross allows you to see the invisible enemies in Valley of Death. Another item most people skip in most of the other categories. He might check for this jar again, and he does get it, which is very good. So now he's fine on magic for the rest of the palace. You don't necessarily need that, but since he cast jump a second time, it's good to have it just in case he loses some magic getting hit by a bubble. He actually knew he missed that jump before he even got there. Good move to just go right back down and recoup. BluntBunny almost gets there. Took an encounter 1 tile before the heart. He's grabbing it now. Alright, Dig gonna fall down this hole twice. Maybe get Ceiling Walk. Yeah, he did. Looked good. So if you enter that screen transition, it's hard to explain, but you kind of want to get like under the ceiling as you're falling down there on that last frame before you actually transition. And it'll put you on the ceiling in the next room. Which is technically a glitch, and you do skip a door, but for some reason we allow that glitch in this category because it's so minor, and it's super swaggy. Technically, it does save a little bit of time. Stop to open the door, so you save about, I don't know, half a second or so. But nobody cares, it's cute. We all think it's adorable, so we left it in there, I guess. BluntBunny. I missed it, but he also cast jump on that first room. Doesn't get the jar on the way in either. Dig up to the second Rebonack fight. While Blunt is at the first one. Kinda looks like they're synced right now. But we know. We know the unfortunate truth. Dig's gonna come to a doorway and Blunt's just gonna come to a cross. Alright, here's the other required fairy cast. The first one was that long. It is all keys, but it also bans any glitches, and it's arguable whether or not that is a bounds trick or not. That's why it's... I don't think anyone's really ever argued against, you know, like in favor of removing that from the run, but... There are other doors in this palace that you actually don't ever see anyway, so... It's the only palace like that. All the other palaces, you get all the keys and use them on all the doors. Digshake taking care of Barbara in 2 cycles. Placing the gem. And he's going to head over to Thunder Town, the final town in the game. Otherwise known as Old Kasuto. It's been abandoned by all its residents, and they moved to that town he was in earlier, hidden town in the forest. The one that looked vibrant and green. This one is dead and full of moas. BluntBunny having a little trouble. Come on, give me the strats. There he goes. Up stabbing the Ra. That is the BluntBunny signature move. Every time. Alright, so he's grabbing Thunder. Thunder is what allows you to actually do damage on Thunderbird. If you don't have that spell, Thunderbird will just float around the room and shooting fireballs at you, but you can't hurt him. Thunder also does, I believe, 50 points of damage to any enemy, so a lot of enemies will just die immediately if you cast it. Unfortunately, it costs a ton of magic. Even at Magic 8, it costs 64 magic, which is half your, 4 magic bars, it's half your magic if you have full magic. Digshake is ferrying over these screens, which is what a lot of runners will do. There's a red jar you can get right at the beginning of Valley of Death that he will undoubtedly grab, assuming he doesn't despawn it by accident. He should be fine. There is a way to... Oh, he's not even going to grab it. Wow, I am impressed. And he's also just going to ferry out. Wow, these strats. Alright, well, let's see what Digshake does here. He's got no magic. He does have a third life. Maybe he's just intending on dying on purpose. I mean, you never know. Having a little trouble with that first skip. Not entirely his fault there. Back spawns are really tough to deal with on these encounter skips. BluntBunny fighting Barbo. Might want to cast shield here, but elects not to. He's fine. Yeah, no magic, and he lost his beams immediately. A lot of times, beam strats in here, which are relatively newer to the game. If you have beams, you can actually get through those pretty quickly. Some precise beam swords. You won't have to stop and kill the Moas like he's doing now. But yeah, I am interested in as to why he didn't grab that red jar. It only cost maybe 8 seconds or so to grab that red jar, maybe less, and it completely would have refilled his magic. And on top of that, he would actually get a free fairy or spellcast, whatever he decided to do. He's just getting completely trolled by coconuts. So the reason he's not upstabbing them, as you just saw, if you upstab coconuts when their eye is closed, it will hurt you. And that one actually closed his eye as it died, so he not only killed it, but took the damage. And now he's in a little bit of trouble here. Beep strats, no magic. And a really tough skip there, too. He's not getting good spawns here in the valley. He's still got a healthy lead, so he should be fine. He got that one. Be interesting to see where if he decides to death abuse. He does not want to kill this guy. Oh, he does want to kill this guy. He's going to take his magic level right now. So that's Magic 8. That's why we abused that last gem. Gets you close enough to Magic 8 where you can just take it. Ideally, you want to save that for towards the end of the palace, but he's going to just take it now for obvious reasons. And here goes Blunt. See how his Valley of Death goes. Gets the entry. The entry skip is usually the hardest one to get. He is going to grab the jar. Digshake still cruising on the beep strats here. He might just, I'm gonna stop guessing what he's gonna do. Just keeps... Okay, so BluntBunny employing the beam strats. See how fast that gets him through the screen there. Quick beam, and then a quick back beam, and you're good to go. Really showing that he's practiced those. Oh, I'm sorry. The last one. Can't remember the layout on the last one. I'm actually amazed that Dig has not cast Life again yet. BluntBunny trying to get Scorpion Max skip here. I mean, he can afford it. So, I guess he just doesn't care if he takes the death, because he knows he has 3 lives. Oh, Blunt gets the back spawn, just can't get that skip there. Another back spawn. I don't know if he got that one. And he cast Spell there just to get them out of his way. He did not get that skip. There goes Dig with the death. And Blunt gets the skip. He's going to kill this blue one, and he's actually going to try to skip the red one here by just stabbing him once. And he takes a hit. That's actually kind of a tough one to skip without killing and not taking damage. But he does it, so now, this is more ideal what you want your magic and life to look like entering the palace. So now he can he's got a little bit of magic to work with, a little bit of life, and he can kind of try to set up when he takes his magic level. There's plenty of small enemies in this palace that you can kill to get small amounts of XP. And skip all the big ones. Yeah, I would guess Digshake actually took that death intentionally as well. Beginning of a room. Nice little downstab there to get through Bicula here, who's being a jerk. Getting bodied by one of those Focas is extremely painful, even at life 6. And he looks like he's fully comfortable taking the second death. He's just going to ferry over that last spicy chicken there. He does need a magic refill, so he's going to fall down here. He's going to kill the king bot, and then he's going to suicide in the lava. Make sure you have 2 lives when you do that. Otherwise, it could be pretty embarrassing. Especially if you're on PB pace. Blunt does not want to kill this guy, but he's not really... Okay. Wow. So that guy just trolled real hard. I am talking from experience. Happened to me a couple weeks ago. I don't think I was on PB pace, though. I know I wasn't. Digshake fighting Thunderbird. We cast pretty much everything. Jump, shield, reflect, and then thunder. Reflect shrinks his hitbox so he can block those fireballs a little easier. Shield, obviously, makes him take less damage. You still have enough magic left over for another shield cast if he wants, or he could be swaggy and cast fire in here. See what he does. Dark Link, final boss of the game. Dark Link takes the same amount of damage from your sword regardless of attack level, so it's always 8 hits. Including attack 0, which is not supposed to happen, but... was some sort of glitch that I don't even think anyone knows how it happened, but I have seen an Attack Zero run where Dark Link was defeated. Digshake finishes 120, I want to say 16, he didn't stop his timer. SRL says 120.19, that's going to be a little bit off. Blunt's still cruising through here. I actually missed if he... I'm guessing he either checked for that jar or just died already. I think he probably died. I apologize for missing it. Getting the life spell ready because he could see that guy coming right at him. Alright, Blunt coming up to the final bridge. If I'm assuming correctly, and he already took his death, he's not going to take a death abuse here. I guess I was wrong? Or wait, did he have 3 lives? Bad commentating again. How convenient. Well, there he goes with the refill. His other backup, if he didn't take the death there, there's down here a couple of jar chances that you can go for if he goes left here instead of right. But, see what he does. And here's Digshake. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. Nice run.
Thanks. It was a bit of a roller coaster.
Yep. Yeah, Blunt's just finishing now. He's at Thunderbird.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he had a bit of a troublesome beginning to his run. He actually died in Trophy Cave. Early Trophy Cave. And then again in Death Mountain, and he did not get attack 4 either.
Oh wow, that stinks.
Yeah. So he's actually made something good out of it though. No game overs or anything. He's gonna finish here, it looks like.
Man, that Trophy Cave, I despawned the first Octorok. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Yeah, someone was saying that in chat. I actually missed it, but yeah, that's weird. I want to say I've seen that before. I just don't remember if I have or if there was an explanation for it.
Well, yeah, killing it going the other way is much trickier.
Yeah. And there's Blunt finishing 122.54. It's about a minute and a half off his PB, and Dig, you were about, what, a minute off yours, I want to say?
45 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
I was ahead going into Valley of Death. And then
yeah, your Valley of Death didn't treat you well there.
Oh man, it was terrible.
I was confused that you didn't go for the red jar, actually. So tell me about that decision.
That's just a thing that I do. I don't know why I do it either, but something about that jar.
Maybe the possibility of the despawn, or
I think I just have some kind of a personal grudge against it. Honestly,
right
like there's no logical reason. I just hate getting that jar.
Fair. Yeah, I'd say it's split kind of down the middle with runners with that jar. Some people will just avoid it entirely. I just assumed you were going to get it since you ferried the bridges, so that's usually what you see, but
yeah.
That wasn't even really the problem. It was mostly the counters, not skips.
Yeah, I didn't get the skips, and then I got boxed in.
Yep.
Which, that's never happened to me before either. That was kind of insane. But I was kind of bummed because I thought I had a shot at PB, and my GP was actually pretty darn good. So
yeah, it was a good GP. Overall, good run.
I'm glad I kept that extra life back though. Holy moly.
Yeah, that's what. So when you skip the jar, I just assumed, he knows he has 3 lives. He's probably just gonna go with it. Take a death abuse somewhere.
That's a race strat. That's a pure race strat in case something goes south.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keeping that extra life. And Blunt was actually able to do basically the same thing. He just skipped some death abuses in P4 after taking those early ones. He also grabbed the graveyard.
Yeah.
So. Alright, looks like Blunt cannot join for commentary. That's okay. I believe this was the first match for your guys' group, right? Let me look.
Yeah, our group is very quiet.
Yeah, so that moves you to 1-0 and Blunt's 0-1. Yeah,
Yep.
so still got 9 more matches to go in that group to see what happens.
Yeah, Light Z's in that group, and
Haven't even heard from Light in a while. Don't know.
Yeah.
He's probably lurking around somewhere.
Oh yeah, Rove's in that group.
Yep. It's a powerhouse group.
I haven't heard from him in a while either.
Rove was doing runs a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
he's around. But yeah, GG's. I don't know if you have anything. I'm not good at so.
No, I'm good, man. Thanks for the commentary. Thanks for the restream. Is there another
right
one coming on?
Yeah, we got another match right after this.
Oh wow.
Or if we're doing like a little break or something, but it's gonna be Rebonack and Dark Magician doing their, I believe, both second race for Rebonack, maybe first race for Dark Magician. Nope, they both have already done one, so yeah, we'll have that coming up in a few minutes.
Cool. Well, thanks,
Right on.
man. I appreciate
Yeah, right
it.
on, man. Good game.
Thanks.
Good luck in the rest of your races.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right. Looks like we're setting right up. I gotta see if there is... I don't think these guys are doing SRL. Actually, they might be. But I don't see... Zelda 2. Oh, there it is. Alright, we're just trying to figure out... Oh, looks like they're having SRL troubles. Trying to figure out another way to set up the, hold on, let me go over to, Discord here and see what's going on. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to use time.gov to sync their start. Or we might just do a countdown in Discord for them. In any case, while they figure that out, both these guys have similar PBs. I want to add, I think it's about the same as last race, about a couple minutes separating their PBs. Dark Magician has a mid 80, I want to say. I should have speedrun.com up right now. He's been PBing a little bit frequently. He's been doing some runs. 80-38 for Dark Magician. Yak has an 82-41. And I I'm a little less familiar with React's runs, so we'll just get surprised at what happens. We'll see. Alright, Fiesel's gonna count him down. And we will shortly be off. Alright, and there they go. Both these runners deciding to go left. Someone's got to